Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. This is Tyler. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to ask all of you a question. Have you ever had a family member sit there and say, well, I support you, right in front of your face, but their actions contradict from what they had said to you? And then it was in past times. You probably asked that family member for help for maybe once or maybe twice. You didn't even ask that family member for a lot of help. Or you done had another family member intervene for you to that for that particular family, that other family member to say, all right, go on ahead and give that particular person the money. Oh, all right, go on and help that particular family member. Another family member telling another one to go do for you, even though you don't even want that person doing for you. And you know the reason why? It's simply because you already seen from the beginning what their true intentions are. You already seen from the beginning that this family member is not about support. This family member is not about helping nobody. This family member is all about, at the end, their hidden intention is to complain, and then throw it right back into your face saying, I done this, I done that, I done this, I done that. And then not only that, then they want to sit there and throw it back in your face that, well, I done sit here and done helped and support you. And they leave out the part when that there was another family member that came and intervened and sit there and told them, you need to go on ahead and help him or her, or you need to go on and financially help him or her. They forget all about that, even though you didn't even want their help or whatever and everything. And then they so-called claim that, well, I support you or whatever. So I'm going to tell all of you, whenever that you done knock down this particular family member or this calling you or asking you, do you need financial help or do you need some sort of help, and you done knocked that same family member down and said no or whatever, this will simply bring out a wake-up call in that family member. You know the reason why? Is simply because you're saying to that particular family member, I don't need you. I don't even want you around to ask me that particular question. And you know the reason why? Is simply because you already seen their true colors from the beginning. Whenever that particular family member had you asked maybe once or maybe twice, and then that same family member sit there and moan and complain about it. And I'm going to tell all of you, a family member who does something like this is not true support. This is not true support, and that family member doesn't even support you in the first place. And you know the reason why? Is simply because their intention is to bring it back up into your face so that they can have some type of mental control over you and to make you have a guilt trip or whatever. You better stop playing their game or whatever. And you're going to have to start learning how to depend on God as your source and putting it as, well, God, you send me help, not this particular family member. Don't be scared to tell God that. Don't be scared to tell God that, because that family member has shown you he or she doesn't support you in the first place. And then I'm going to tell you something. What's so amazing is the same family member that you sit there and say no, and you probably done cut off for good. This is the same family member that will try and find some type of legal way. If you get famous or whatever, or anything like that, or if you're doing real good for themselves, they'll find some type of way to try and to give you some type of money so that they can sit there and say, I done this, I done that, so that they can protect himself or herself whenever that you come up against them. This is how a family member like that with ill intentions play their game. And sometimes you need to tell God to remove these type of people from so-called claiming to give you any type of help or financial support. And you better stop believing this mess, this religion of Christianity. Well, the same ones that you forsake or whatever in your family is the same family members that you will need. Bullshit. If you know you done been doing right, and God done been seeing your heart or whatever, God will send you the right people that's gonna treat you like family, that's gonna treat you like how it's supposed to be, true loyalty, support, and then have your back every single time. Every single time. And so I'm gonna tell all of you, whenever that you have a family member that so-called claim that he or she supports you and contradict their actions and moaning and complaining, they don't even understand. They even violating universal law, violating it. God's law. God's law. Bitching, moaning, and complaining every single time. You don't need somebody like that in your life. And I'm going to tell you, these particular family members might be blood related to you, but they're not, in your eyes, really family. Family always is determined by loyalty, faithfulness, doing things without murmuring, complaining, by which sacrificing and doing for each other. And I ain't got no problem with it. But some family members, they just got a damn problem doing stuff for you, doing stuff. That ain't true support. So if any family member come up with that mess saying that he or she supports you, no, they don't. And their actions is contradicting it from their past. You done seen this from past all the way up this conjunction. You don't need no family member like this. That's not really a true family member that supports you. I'm going to go on ahead and cut this video short. All of you have a great and wonderful day and evening.